the candling all set up. I actually have a chicken egg right here that is just out of my fridge, so you can kind of see the difference. And here are all our beautiful babies. So we are going to candle them right now. There he is. First one. There's our baby moving. How cool is that? Number one. Two is also viable. Oh. Oh, there we go. I see something. There he is. Three is viable.
Let's take a look at number 4. We are turning the egg, trying to find what we're looking for. It does seem full. You can see the air sac right there. But we're not exactly seeing what we're looking for. But we're going to go ahead and call it viable. 4 is viable.
All right, let's get, oh, those were our white Plymouth Rocks. Let's get going to our olive eggers. And if you remember, our olive eggers were a couple different, oh. So we definitely can see some blood vessels that have formed here. Let's see if we can find a baby. Look at that color. I think there it is. There's our chick. Maybe. They all form differently. And just like human babies, they all grow at a little bit of a different pace. There's something growing in there. I just can't find the right one. So we're gonna call that one viable.
So now we are looking at number 6 of our olive eggers. And once again, we can see the blood vessels. It's very full. And we're gonna keep turning. There's definitely something growing in there. The egg is very full, but it looks very different. So I believe, oh, look at that speckling. They're all so different. We're going to call number 6 viable, grabbing 7. If you notice, these are our dark brown ones, so they're going to light up very different. You can see the beautiful speckling on number 7. There's definitely something growing in there. You can see it's almost full. And right there on the side, the darker, heavier spots. It looks like that would be our chicken. So we're going to call number 7 viable. 7 is viable. Now let's look at number 8 of our olive eggers.
Oh.
And
Now this egg, let's take a look at this egg. This egg doesn't, this is number 8. If you notice, this egg doesn't quite seem to be full like the other egg. Almost hollow. I would say there's a good chance that number 8 is not viable. It looks very, very different than the other ones.
all right, here we go. I am grabbing one of our barred Plymouth Rocks. This is number 9. Looking around for that fullness. It is a lighter egg, so it is going to light up nicely for us. And we're looking for that spot that shows us that there's an egg in there. And I do believe I see it, so we are going to call number 9 viable. Grabbing number 10. Again, looking, turning, and looking for the fullness and then that spot. And I do see a spot, and look at that. There is our baby chick doing our chicken dance for us. So 10 is viable with movement. That's exciting. Grabbing number 11 of our barred Plymouth Rock chicken eggs. And there's definitely something in there. And we can clearly see that something is growing right there. This almost reminds me of our white Plymouth Rock, which makes sense because they're both Plymouth Rock eggs, so they would kind of develop at the same speed. There's a nice view of the air sac right there. So we're going to call number 11 viable. And on to 12. 12 is about the same. Looking, turning, looking for that spot. And it is full, and I do believe I saw something there, so we're going to call 12 viable. 13 moves on to our Easter eggers. These ones, oh, look at that. They're very full, just like our olive eggers, which makes sense because they are related. So that one is very full, so we are going to call that one viable. Look how beautiful that lights up. Now we are grabbing 14. 14 once again lights up and is pretty full. We're going to keep turning until we find something. And let's take a look. It does look like we found something. You can see that spot. And it is beautiful. Look at that speckling. Grabbing number 15. 15, if you remember, was our giant egg. And when we put this giant egg on the light, not much is showing, I believe, because 15 is so full. I wonder if 15 will be the first egg that hatches. He seems to be the farthest along in development. So we are going to call 15 viable. 16 of our Easter eggers is also very full. We are going to go ahead and call 16 viable. I'm not getting a great shot of it, but 16 is viable. And 17, our bonus egg. Look at 17. Look how beautiful that speckling is in that green, that fluorescent green. And we are seeing a nice full egg, so we are going to call 17 viable as well. How cool is that? Good morning, fourth graders. It is Sunday on Mother's Day. It's very early. I'm going to tell you all about the candling that I just did and what it all means. But first, let's do a little something about this. Let me work some magic. Now we can talk. All right, so candling the eggs. Why do we candle them? We candle them to see if there is anything alive in there. And so what we do is we look for the ones that are viable. And plus, it's pretty cool to look inside the egg and see the little chicken dance going. On Saturday, yesterday, we had the upper and lower beak are of equal length, so they have a little. And the wings and legs are easy to see. Today, on Sunday, when we're filming, the toes and feathers begin to form and the mouth appears. Tomorrow, Monday, when you're viewing this, the egg tooth forms at the upper beak and down feathers begin to appear. So lots of things happening that are really, really cool. So I hope you made it this far because we have a question for our giveaway. What are we giving away? It's going to be worth your while to make it all the way into this video. So our question of the day is, how many of our eggs were viable? You needed to watch the video. Now, most of them, I said yes, but how many did I say, I don't think there are? So if we have 17 eggs, how many did I say were not viable? And how many are viable? Now, if you're wondering, she keeps using these words and I don't know what she means. Viable means, well, the prefix or the root word is via, which is life. So via means life. Non-viable, there's our prefix. Non means no, means there's no life inside. We don't see anything. So how many eggs were viable and how many eggs were non-viable? Now, that does not mean that we will absolutely get that number of chickens hatch. That just means that right now, about halfway through, we have potential for that many to actually grow. And we know that a certain number may not. All right, guys, I hope you have a wonderful Monday and let me know if you have any questions. Thanks for checking in. Bye.